Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Welcome, everyone, to an exciting evening at Bridges Scoreboard Restaurant and Bar in Griffith, Indiana, a place known for its incredible food, drinks, and sports-loving atmosphere. Bridges has become a go-to destination for fans for all things football. Tonight, we're thrilled to have two incredible guests joining us in the same building at the same time. Former Chicago Bears star defensive tackle Henry Melton in the building. And former Bears quarterback, Jim Miller. Henry, a University of Texas standout and a Pro Bowl defender for the Bears, made his mark in the NFL with explosive talent and game-changing plays. And, of course, Jim Miller, a leader on and off the field, brought grit and determination during his time under center in Chicago. We couldn't be more excited to dive into their football journeys and break down tonight's big matchup between the Bears and Vikings. I got a question for you, Henry. Henry, you have an interesting start in Texas, transitioning from a running back to defensive line. Can you walk us through the journey and how it shaped your career?
Just being versatile in through my whole playing career of high school, even like I played every position in high school. Then, colleges like that, getting offers from, literally every school from east to west, north, south. Just they wanted to throw me in, see where I could do. And, University of Texas, offered me to play offense and defense. So, having that versatility and being able to, transition from college to NFL, they really like my first play in the NFL was a kickoff return.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Deep man, not even blocking.
That's awesome.
They put me deep and then they squibbed it. So
squib kick.
I still picked it up and got like 20 yards. That was my first NFL play.
Whoa, wow. 20 yards. That's what's up, man.
You have to go in the archives to find out.
Got 20 more yards than I got.
Yeah.
I tell you what, our offensive linemen, they always tell us whenever you get on it, jump on it like a grenade, Well, I didn't. I picked that grenade up and I went off and I saw the end zone. And about 2.3 seconds later and 1 yard later, I went down, So I'm glad to hear about your stories, bro. We're interviewing you not me, okay? Playing under Mac Brown at Texas, you were part of some powerhouse teams, man. What stands out most for your time there, especially during that 2005 national championship run? Shout out to that Texas flag up there too, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, they put that up there. He wanted you to feel, hook them, make you feel at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, leave that up though. We can't take
it. You can't take it down. I love that, man.
I'm gonna come back and check.
We hope you do, man. We hope you do.
Yeah, no, that 2005 was phenomenal. At 18, 19, and playing running back then, you just didn't know how special it truly was until, 2-3 years down the road, you're trying to get back. And this was before the playoff where everybody gets a shot now, even like from 4, like we lost one game like my senior year and you're out. So it's like now, you got 2-3 lost teams, like you still got there's still hope for you.
Still got a chance, yeah.
Yeah, so back then you had to literally be perfect.
Yeah.
So, just from, that run and then, going back and looking at him, and it was just such a special team. And even like the game, everyone, even people I run into like for the Bears, Chicago, like, oh, you went to UT, like still that 2005 national championship was one of the best games that a lot of people have ever seen. So it's like just a special memory for me.
Heck yeah, man. Good team too, man.
Yeah.
A lot of big stories. There's a lot to unpack there. Let's do that another time for time's sake, because we could spend a whole nother show on that. Transitioning to the NFL, what was it like to be drafted by the Bears and join such a storied franchise, man?
Yeah, I mean, just, it's like just the history, the Bears and, just the special players that I even just showed up with, and they welcomed me with open arms, like these Hall of Famers. It was just such a special team. And our defense, I haven't seen a defense like that since I was on the team. So it's very hard to get those kind of pieces, and like everybody meshed well and played together, and still good friends with a lot of them. So that's how like how special of a team and defense we were.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, to this day, we'll get into that a little bit later, but guys go down and you're worried, like, who's going to step up and, fill that gap? But you guys didn't have that problem. Like, it always seemed to, just work out. In 2012, you were named the Pro Bowl, and that back when you could go to Hawaii instead of they got cheap on you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that had to have been awesome, dude. What did that recognition mean to you, and what do you think made that season so special to you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, that was another season where we were very close to, getting to that Super Bowl, and man, we were like every year it felt like I was on the Bears and we had a chance to really get there. We just had it's just such a tough league. I mean, you like talking about college being perfect, like
yeah.
NFL, it's like any given Sunday. Like you have one like bad play or just a game can just lose it all. But just having that, that Pro Bowl season, just having that personal accolade, especially when we had all these special players, even then, like DTs back then, it was like you weren't going to get in unless you got like 10 plus sacks. Like these guys were rushing in, like, especially on my team. Like, I was just happy when I saw my name on the I was like, I was like, hey, wait, I'm getting a little bit of love. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it just stayed there. And then, I was like, I guess Peppers came because he had a few. Peppers and my defensive coordinator and line coach then, they came and surprised me. They were just like, yeah, they just had the announce the Pro Bowlers. Yeah, it looks like you're one of them. I was like, Peppers, and I was like, hey, what? Are y'all playing with me? But yeah, no, that was a special season, special time. It was cool.
How about
Hawaii, taking the fam and stuff.
Oh man, unbelievable! If you guys ever get a chance to check out this guy's Instagram, it's lit. He's like swimming with stingrays and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just like National Geographic times 10, man. It's awesome. He's everywhere, dude. It's so cool. Can you share some favorite memories or stories from your time in the Bears locker room or even on the field? Like something that just we would really enjoy.
We used to, man, that was a fun, silly group. Like even Peppers, like as hard and like tough as he was, it was just like we broke him too. Like everybody was so silly. Like we used to play this game called Box 'em Up.
Okay.
And it was just so random, but it was literally we get him from the training room, and it was just like a body size box, like huge. And then we would just like try and catch people at any moment, like maybe talking or like walking underneath the stairs, and then you would just drop this box on them, and just like, and their whole body would be stuck in the box, and then you just like be beating it. It was just called box.
Let me out.
You would yell box them up and just like beating the box, and it was all it might have helped in the game because you always had to keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah, even
just walking around the facility. So that was definitely a fond memory for me.
I bet you Tillman got a lot of boxes, but that probably didn't last long. Huh?
I mean, Anthony Adams.
Adams. I still watch that.
He had the silliest group, man.
That circle that they do where he does the funny dance in the middle. I watch that video at least once a week, man. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Lovie Smith was your coach during the time in Chicago. How does leadership influence your career in the team's defense, man?
Yeah, Lovey, that's my guy. Yeah, he came out to Texas and watched me and recruited me. Kind of, I mean, like you have your guys. Like that's what I said. All you need is one team to like you, to draft you. I mean, they came out and like sat down with me when I was coming out of UT. They were just like, that was my second year playing defense. So they were just like, we see it. We just gotta kind of mold you. So, I mean, it was once they drafted me, it was, getting me like even in a proper stance. Like I was so raw coming in. It was, I would just try to get to the quarterback. It worked in my career, just being athletic and trying not to get touched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are huge. Once they grab you, it's kind of a wrap. I was never like a bull, like wrestle. Like, I was like, don't touch me, please. Like, get off of me. It was a lot of hand movement, like martial arts almost. But it was. Yeah, they helped me and they took a chance on me, and I still talk to him. And so he reached out. We talk and seeing how things are, and it's good.
Yeah, Jerry just texted Zuma. He said, "What's up?" So I told him you were on the show tonight. So he's like, "Tell him I said what's up."
Yeah.
So hey, let's get into this Bears versus Vikings analysis with both you guys, Jim Miller and Henry. So both of you've experienced in the NFL. What are the keys to success for a team like the Bears when facing a divisional rival like the Vikings? I'll start out with you, Jim.
Well, I think it's always good to get to know your opponent. You better know your division opponents because you're going to see them twice a year. So you're going to know them more than anybody else. What type of defenses they run. So like for Caleb, this is a good introduction of what Brian Flores does. We know he's a heavy blitz defensive coordinator and how he wants to pressure quarterbacks, and he certainly, his past history is he goes after young quarterbacks, and Caleb is one of those. So the Bears have to be pass protection paramount. We know Caleb has been somewhat shell-shocked. He's been sacked more than any quarterback in the league right now. 56 sacks.
Remember Carr? I was like terrified. I was like, dude, we got to get a medevac out of here, but he made it,
Some is on him. He's got to process faster. He's got to get out of the ball, get the ball out of his hand. Some of it, obviously, is on the O-line. They got it wrong on Nate Davis. They've had a shuffling of the deck of the offensive line. But tonight, I would think, what's the best thing for a young quarterback? You got to be able to run the ball. You play good defense. But they've got to be able to pass protect when those times call for it in situations, whether it's third down. And even if they run play action on first and second down, guys got to be solid up front with their protection.
Now, let's talk about up front, and let's also talk about a running back, because I'm sure, like, back in your day when you were a running back, you had to find the hole, read the hole, know where to go. I mean, the play's drawn up, but you do kind of want to, like, go off script at times if it's not there, right? So in terms of that, do you think that between that and also your defensive line skill set, Henry, that you could kind of understand where Caleb is having that tough decision on how to process and everything?
Yeah, it's just got to be – you just got to simple it down for them. I mean, we have so many weapons, like so many – we got all these pieces, and if you see, like, the offense is struggling, you just got to get it out quick slants, screen. I mean, they do love the screen, but they just – sometimes you got – it's like it's there.
Yeah.
You just got to pick up the right – blocks and just run it to perfection. Like you got to, I mean, I'm growing on Caleb.
Yeah.
Like it was at the start, I was just like a little iffy, but he made some, even during this Vikings game, last time they played Vikings, he made some of the best throws I've seen all season from anybody.
Yeah.
So he was locked in. If you give him the opportunity, he even moving them, like some more rollout. We had a little bit more creativity. Just watching like the Lions game, I'm just like, they're just doing. You got to keep your head wherever. Guys running everywhere. So it's like, even just a lot of the creativity from just the offensive coordinator. Like a lot of people don't understand how important offensive coordinator is. Like I feel like he's like 90 9% of the team.
Wow. That
Like,
speaks a
I'm
lot.
being
That
serious.
explains a lot too.
Yeah, because
explains a lot, right?
Yeah, just playing running back and playing offense and defense, just like from coming from a defensive line, I'm just like, if you're not sure about something, you can't play as fast. Like if we had guys like shifting and moving and just like a lot of these other offenses like that they do,
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's times where I'm trying to guess what the offense is doing while I'm watching. And if I can't guess it, then the creativity's there.
We call it window dressing on offense. So, look at the Rams. The Rams, everything looks the same. Like they're inside zone run, then they're running fake inside zone run, X and Z post, and it looks the same. Everything looks at their run to their pass. And like what Henry's talking about, when you start putting window dressing in there with the speed motions and everything, hey, are they running jet sweep? No. Oh, they're faking jet sweep, and now they're running, a throwback or whatever they're running off of it. But, it causes hesitation because when you get fast guys to play slower, you just want to stun them a little bit, just cause them to hesitate. And that's all you need is just that little half a second of hesitation, because Henry will probably agree. Everything up front, there's a lot of stalemates going on. And if you're doing a stalemate, you're doing pretty good as an offense because these guys can blow it up and get in the tackles for losses and everything. But if you're stalemating, you're doing pretty good from that standpoint.
That's awesome. Hey, we got over 150 in the chat. 150 in the chat.
Nice.
That's awesome. So here's the deal, though. One of the guys was saying that Henry Melton was nice when you played, and he says he looks good too still to this day. So shout out to you, man, for keeping it.
Appreciate
that. Man's working out.
Yeah. Work it out, man. Working the plan.
Love the gym.
So we already pretty much went over that one. The Vikings defense has been tough lately. What kind of challenges do they pose for the Bears offense tonight? Start with you, Jim.
I just think it's the array of blitzes that Flores does. He moves this, like they have this Josh Metellus. Josh Metellus, when he played at Michigan, Don Brown was their defense coordinator there. He moved him all over the place. Like he was a nickel. He was a safety.
Nice.
They put him at linebacker. And Flores does that with Josh Metellus, who's gotten a lot of turnovers. So it's about confusion. He's going to bring in multiples of guys. He'll do overload blitzes. He'll do blitz zones. He'll go straight man. He'll do combination coverages. He's got the Bill Belichick background, so he's got a pretty big playbook. And again, Caleb, a lot of these, not that he's seen all these blitzes, but he's got to create a Rolodex saying, hey, all right, we've now seen this blitz. This is how we're going to attack it, because it's kind of, it's baptism by fire for him, because you can't show him through training camp every single blitz look. So he's going to have to learn things as he goes, and I'm sure there's still quite a few things that he hasn't seen that has taken him by surprise.
You basically just described this man when he was bouncing around like a BB in a beer can all over the field, different positions and stuff, man. What does that sound like to you when you hear a guy that's still out there doing, multiple positions and stuff? That sounds pretty cool, right?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he's going to play for a long time.
It sounds like he wants to play, right?
Yeah.
Put me in, coach, wherever, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They love coach. I mean, coaches eat that up. They love that. But that's what you got to get. Yeah, once you have all these different defenses and blitzes that they're going to do. The whole point of they're trying to disguise it, make it look like something, and then run something else.
Yeah.
So if we're, like I said, if we're doing our shifts and movement and getting guys going across, like getting them to show what they're in, it will help Caleb dramatically, and he'll be able to get the ball out quick.
Oh, I like that.
And they do it to us too defensively. Like Flores, he'll show a blitz, like he said, an overload blitz to one side.
I love Flores.
Then when you're going through your cadence at the snap of the ball, he'll rotate, and then he's bringing overload to the weak side.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've got to be smart as a quarterback with your cadence. So
Yeah.
for Caleb, hey, guys, maybe double cadence them.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, they're disguising their blitzes. Let's go on the quick here. So meaning if I go on the quick, I'm going to force Brian Flores to show his hand. Meaning if I go on the quick so many times, he's like, hey, guys, we're going to show overload blitz here, then we're going to rotate over here. If I go up there and go on the quick, they're screwed. They can't do what they want to do. So you got to change it up with them. And like I said, double cadence it. Maybe they show it. Now they come back. All right, I double cadenced them. All right, let's recall the mic. Let's get the protection set. Now we're ready. Let's go. So they've got to Caleb's this is going to be big on him tonight. You know, they've had issues with their center and their 2 guards. I'd like to see Caleb get it all lined up. Hey, man, this guy's the mic. This guy. Point it all out, get everybody organized, and go and play fast like Henry talked about.
I got to get you back on the show because I want to talk about coaches and like who you think is the best fit for us in the future, because that's a whole nother show.
Think about now.
I'm telling you right now.
Well, think about right now. Bill Belichick just took the UNC job.
Yeah.
He was not under contract. The Bears could have interviewed him.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you interview him?
That's either
at least interview him.
There's a word I'd like to say for that, but there's children present, so I think it's negligence.
At least interview the guy.
It's kind of like showing like you're like too good or something, or like I don't know, or just negligence. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I mean, isn't he a defensive guy though?
Yeah.
And they need somebody probably to hone in on getting Caleb right.
But let's bring.
Wouldn't you bring in an
Bill
offensive
Belichick
mind?
said that. Even Bill Belichick said that.
Wouldn't you want to bring in the offensive minded, like guy who can help out Caleb?
I understand that, but if you're building like the structure, like if you so we are
and we're not even a 3-4 defense. You'd have to like.
We don't
even have the tools for that.
We'd
have to get all draft all
and
new,
it takes a
trade,
while.
and
it takes a while to read
to get to that 3-4.
How long?
I don't know, man. Like maybe
some time,
3 years to build. Like a good 3-4 defense.
Yeah,
you can't.
We did that before. It didn't work out too well, right? With Fangio.
Yeah. You have to really scratch because all these guys are. You get these guys that can play like a 4-3, and
not everybody can morph into a position like you.
And he loves a good man. Like it's
dude. I just want to say this. I love Flores. I know you guys you guys are all about coordinators and all that. But if you could bring a guy in here that could show, like, I like Flores, dude. I know we want like offense, but I mean, if we could just bring the pain every freaking darn near every play, I'd be so happy. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
heck, they're already talking about. Did you see Ian Rappaport? He floated the possibility of us trading for that edge rusher in Dallas.
Oh, for Micah Parsons.
Parsons, yeah.
Yeah, for Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
It's possible because Dallas is hovering in salary cap purgatory. When you have 3 guys on your roster that take up over 50% of your salary cap, and if they sign Parsons, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's where things start to go south. And the example is the Detroit Lions. They had Ndamukong Suh, they had Stafford, and they had Megatron.
Yeah.
And when they paid them all, they couldn't pay anybody else, and they couldn't win.
Yeah.
They had those 3 guys, and they just couldn't do it. So that's the struggle, and I don't think Dallas can afford him.
Knowing the Bears' luck, we'll go get Parsons, and there'll be a guy in the draft that's as good or better than him. You know what I mean? It'll be like, gosh, darn it, you know.
You want to know what? Have you seen Jalen Carter playing for Philly?
Yeah. He's looking a lot better to the second half.
He's in shape, and he's ready to play.
Well, I think I got a question for you about Gervon Dexter, him and him not being there along with, Billings. Like, what do you think about that, man? Those are 2 big, we were talking about on that show that I had with you recently when you were, we did the online interview with you about how important the 3 technique is. But now you got him out in Gervon and also Billings. What can you do to sustain that, for today against the Vikings?
Hang on for dear life. For real. Like, if you don't have these pieces, like, this is the whole point of building the defense. Like, if you don't have these, you got to have – other guys got to step up. That's just it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to hope. And I think we just got – is this live? We're watching the game's on right now?
The game just started.
The game
I think we just got stopped on 4th and 1, too. So.
All right. So, hey, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I got tons of questions, lots of insight, whatever. But, hey, thank you, Henry. Thank you, Jim, for sharing your stories and insights with us tonight. And a huge thanks to all the fans here at Bridges Scoreboard Restaurant in Griffith, Indiana.
Woo!
Yeah, woo!
Let's enjoy the game and cheer the Bears on.
Bear down. Let's go.
Bear down, baby.